The deadliest thief in your life isn't money. It isn't failure. It isn't even enemies. It's time. Stolen silently, one wasted hour at a time. Think about it. How many hours have already slipped through your hands today? Hours lost to scrolling through feeds, binging shows, or saying, "I'll do it later." But what if those were the exact hours that could have changed everything? What if they were the difference between a future of regret or a future of pride? Tonight, you'll hear the story of Ryan, a bright teenager who nearly threw away his future until one painful lesson forced him to wake up. Ryan was 16, living in a quiet suburban town. He wasn't average, far from it. Teachers once said that boy could be anything, a doctor, an engineer, even a leader. He had the mind. He had the potential. But potential means nothing without discipline. Ryan always delayed. Homework, left unfinished, chores, ignored, dreams, pushed off with the same excuse, "I'll start tomorrow." Instead of building his future, he drowned his hours in late-night video games, endless group chats, and marathon streaming sessions that bled into the early morning. At first it didn't seem serious, but little by little the cracks appeared. His grades slid from the top of the class to near the bottom. Teachers who once praised him now shook their heads in disappointment. Meanwhile, his friends were moving forward. They joined clubs, built resumes, applied to colleges. While they prepared for tomorrow, Ryan clung to yesterday. At home, the weight was even heavier. His parents didn't yell. They didn't need to. Their silence, the way their eyes no longer shined with hope, spoke louder than words. Ryan told himself he still had time, that he could catch up later. But later never came. Have you ever told yourself the same lie? Whispered, "I'll do it tomorrow," only to wake up weeks later, realizing tomorrow never arrived? Ryan's life was like a cracked clay jug, dripping water drop by drop. The water was his time, and with every leak, his future drained away. But sometimes life doesn't let you ignore the cracks forever. One weekend, after another disappointing report card, Ryan's parents sent him to spend time with his grandfather, Professor Harris, a retired lecturer known in the community for his discipline and wisdom. Ryan arrived half-hearted, expecting lectures and boredom. But instead, his grandfather handed him something unusual, a small old pocket watch, its steady ticking echoing through the study. "Stop it," his grandfather said. Ryan frowned. "Stop what?" "The ticking." He tried. He covered it with his palm. He pressed it against the desk. He shook it, even held it to his ear. But no matter what he did, the sound continued. Steady, relentless. Frustrated, Ryan asked, "Why can't I stop it?" His grandfather leaned forward, his voice calm but firm. "Because this is time. You can't freeze it. You can't control it. You can only choose what to do with it." Ryan stared at the watch, the sound suddenly louder in his mind. Professor Harris told him a story. There was once a brilliant businessman, smarter than his rivals, but he loved comfort more than discipline. He slept late, wasted mornings, and partied away his nights. He always said, "Tomorrow I'll work harder." By the time he realized, his competitors had already passed him. His empire crumbled. He died with regret, whispering the same words you've been saying, "Ryan, tomorrow." The study grew quiet. Only the ticking remained. Now let me ask you, imagine if every morning you received 24 golden coins. Each coin was 1 hour of your life. At midnight, every coin you didn't use disappeared forever. How carefully would you spend them? Ryan's grip tightened around the watch. Each tick felt like a coin slipping away. For the first time, he saw his wasted hours not as harmless delays, but as a debt, writing his future in failure. And in that moment, Ryan realized the clock never stops. The only thing that could change was him. The next morning, Ryan did something he hadn't done in years. He rose before the sun. The house was quiet, the sky still painted in soft gray, but for once he didn't roll over or reach for his phone. He remembered the watch. He remembered the ticking. He flipped it open, listening to its steady rhythm. Time never stops. That morning became the first step in a new life. Ryan set a simple schedule. Study blocks, short breaks, chores done without complaint. A little exercise to sharpen his body. Nothing dramatic, nothing extreme. Just structure. The silver coin of discipline, paid hour by hour. Every morning the watch became his ritual. A reminder that time wouldn't slow down for him, no matter how many excuses he made. And slowly, his choices began to build. Each disciplined hour felt like a brick laid down in the foundation of something stronger, steadier, unshakable. The results weren't instant, but they were undeniable. Within months, his grades began to climb. Assignments once left unfinished were now turned in early. Teachers who had once sighed in disappointment began nodding again. At home, the change was even more profound. His parents' heavy eyes, once clouded with doubt, began to shine with pride. Their smiles returned, not because Ryan became perfect, but because he finally respected time. And Ryan himself? His confidence returned. Not from luck, not from shortcuts, but from knowing he was finally showing up for his own life. He realized discipline didn't make things easier. It made him stronger. Now let me ask you, if every wasted hour today cost you a full day of your future dreams, how many tomorrows would you already have lost? Time is life itself. Once an hour is gone, no power on earth can bring it back. The way you spend your time is the way you build your destiny. And for Ryan, every sunrise became proof that he was building something worth living for. Ryan's life didn't change in a single day. It changed the moment he understood that every hour was priceless. The moment he stopped trading his future for comfort and started respecting the ticking of the clock. Because time is like a train. It never stops. It never waits. You either get on board and move forward, or you stand on the platform, watching it disappear into the distance. So let me ask you, how many trains have you already missed? And more importantly, will you let another one pass tomorrow? This is your chance to decide, to stop waiting, to stop whispering later. If you believe your time is priceless, type now in the comments and share one thing you'll do with your next hour. Your action could inspire someone else to climb aboard their own train. Protect your time, protect your future, because your life is written in hours, and no matter how much wealth you gain, you can never buy them back. The train is here. The choice is yours.